How's it, guys? This is part 2 of shaping the scales. Okay, so using a very thin two-way tape, almost like a sticky tape, that secures it to this piece of wood. And as I said, the top side of the scale was shaped on the rotating disc, and then I start with the file work on the underside of the scale, so the bottom side of the scale. And I start working it carefully to the line which I scribed in the previous video. You'll notice that I keep feeling with my fingers as well, just to feel where the high spots are. Also, yeah, very careful not to work onto the bolster, so I'm only working on the wood, not moving right onto the bolster, because I don't want to scratch it, but I want to get as close as possible to get the level of the wood or the scale material down to about the same level as the bolster. Yeah, I'm working around the back now, so I'll sort of put a chamfer on that works down to the line, and then I'll blend it in. Once I'm happy that I'm on the line, I'll start blending it in to the top level of the scale. Once I'm happy with the shape of the scales, I will then start with a 220 grit sandpaper and hold it quite close together. So you'll see my hands are not very far apart, so I'm not swooping down and sort of softening the edges. I'm pulling that piece of sandpaper quite tight, and I'm moving it just over the tops of the scales, working down to the edges. But I'll go to from a 220 to a 400, and I won't go any further than that at this stage. Here I'm just showing an example of how I'll fill a crack if there's a crack. I'll put a drop of super glue in, and then I've sprayed it there with some activator just to help it dry a little bit faster. I then decided to use a hardback file. Just put the sandpaper on the file, and so I don't want to work any divots into the scale material. I just refilled it again, popped another little piece in there, a bit of super glue in there, and just to make sure that it was nicely filled, and sanded it again with a piece of sandpaper on the file, and worked it down. I didn't blow any of that wood material away, because as you're sanding, the wood sawdust falls into the cracks, and then you just drop a little bit of super glue in there, and that'll fill it very nicely. It works very well to fill the cracks as well as strengthen the crack. Okay, so here starting with a 220 grit, and I go up to a 400 grit, because I have to come back and work these bolsters again after I've pinned the pins in. So I'm not going to work it all the way to an 800. I'll just go to a 400 right now. I'm also very careful now not to go off onto the wood, because you want the transition between the bolster and the wood to be as smooth as possible. So you might see me feeling every now and again, just to make sure that I'm not taking away any of the wood material away. Here I'm fluting the bolsters, so I just put that piece of wood there just to guide the file. That's actually a 6mm chainsaw file that I'm using there. It's a lovely file to use, and it gives a lovely radius on the flute. And once I've worked a little bit of the groove into the bolster, then I don't worry too much. I'll just put my hand there, maybe just to not really support the file, but just for peace of mind that if it slips off towards the wood, it'll rather hit my hand first before it hits the before it hits the wood, because I really don't want to take any of that wooden material away now. So there you can see the bolsters forming, the flute is forming quite nicely, and it looks like I'm pretty happy at about this point with what I've got. So it's nice and even, and I'm happy with that. I should really mark these things out, but I find that I'm pretty close to being getting the result I want. So now I'll take 220 grit sandpaper, and I'll sand in there, just sort of wrapping it around the same file that I was using. I'll do exactly that. It doesn't take too much effort actually, because you quite quickly work out the scratches from the file. So you'll do the 220, the 400, the 800, and then 1000. And after that, at a later stage, I'll actually polish in there, so I get a nice shiny polished flute, and then I'll do a satin 800 over that. Obviously it won't touch that area, and leaves a very nice effect. So here I'm just marking out the chamfer line for the bolsters, because I'm going to chamfer the front of the bolster down to that marking out line, which is the line that I pulled right around the scales when I had them on the previous video. So I just mark out that line using some tape. I'll wrap it around, and then I'll actually just clamp it in the vise from there and start filing away. So I use sort of a medium grit file here, and just carefully check. I think there are better ways to do this. I may be thinking of doing a little jig that holds the bolster at an angle, and then I can file this chamfer on quite nicely and quite easily. Yeah, it's not the easiest way to do it, but it's the way I'm doing it currently. I'll then sand also only to a 400 here, so I'll go 220, 400 sandpaper on the hard backed file, and yeah, there we go. That's it. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll keep you posted on the next video. Thank you.